behold the voice of God.
I think every time I watch Suicide Squad, I become a better person.
Oh yeah, it's clearly superior to the first Guardians. Everyone says it's so much fun. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to the first episode
Oh my god.
of Hunka Hunka News in 2019. I am Michael Snail the second.
And I am Cornelius Ladd, your man.
Yeah, we're back. We're back. As always, Geekverse. We would love to do this show weekly, but they're always suing us. They're always trying to do lawsuits on us.
The long goal is to do daily. In fact, more than daily.
Hourly.
Roughly to have hourly. Yeah, sometimes maybe even 3 to 4 in 1 hour.
I really want to do a podcast one day where we just review Justice League every day, over and over. Because there's so much to
Every
talk
time
about.
I
It's
watch
just
it,
so
there's
good.
about 20 to 40 more things I notice. And you just become more in love with Zack Snyder and everything he's built up to at this point.
He's just,
Everything.
He's just the king. So, you know, people are keeping us waiting. Everyone has these best of lists, everything like that. Now, we have our own best of and rankings list of the 2018 comic book movies. But before we get to that, we got two sponsors. One, a big shout out to Jeff on Patreon. You know, some of those Patreon people, they're supporting the Geekverse. You know, that's all fine and dandy, good for my brother. But Jeff specifically bumped up his Patreon tier to $25 just
He's
to
the highest
support
donor.
Hunka Hunka.
He's the highest.
He paid for our new opening of the show we have.
It's true.
It's
And I'm sure, I hope he loves it. I hope he loves it. We made it especially for him.
And then also, we have another sponsor today. You want to tell us
Yeah,
about
our
Cornelius?
sponsor of the day is Mini Spiral Satco lights. Now, these things are good. The lights that you have shining on our beautiful faces right now, of course,
Cause cancer.
from the Mini Spiral.
Not those ones, sorry.
No. These ones don't cause... These has been proved to only cause cancer in 1 of 1,000 cases.
And they've all been Marvel fans.
Yeah, it's true, and so those they already that they're already taking a lot of carcinogens on their daily basis. What's so great about these lights is one, they last for about 3 months, so that's pretty good for a light bulb in today's market. But the thing that's even better about them is even though they're filled with copper and glass, these are 100% edible. So when you're done with it, when it's out after 3 months, you can just unplug that sucker, plug your new one in, and then just send it down. Sometimes I like to kind of crumble it and put it over like a pasta. It gives a nice crunch to the pasta.
Wait till after a workout though, lots of protein.
And if you do it right after it burns out, it's still piping hot.
Oh yeah.
So it'll singe. I haven't tasted anything for a few months because I've been eating these things right as.
But that's all you need to taste is that really. You don't need.
They're so good that sometimes it's not even burnt out, and I'll still just put it in my meal. So.
It's tough to wait. I hate waiting. You know, waiting is one of the hardest things. You just look at that light bulb, it's shining every day. Just I want some. So
thank you to our sponsor. Yeah, thank you.
So 2018, you know, it was
what a year.
I think it was a good year. I could have used a lot more DC films. I think we were talking about some comic book
We did
movies
talk
today.
about the contracts and how Marvel stole up all the slots for comic book movies this year, but boy, Aquaman was so good that it kind of fills up that niche.
Luckily, next year we're getting 2, so somehow they've got past these Marvel shills.
2 just announced. I wouldn't be surprised if they announced, hey, we have 3 to 4 more movies coming out. Expect them at your front step.
Oh, and we did get Titans this year, which was phenomenal. So much violence, so much fuck Batman, so much action.
Love action.
Just love it. But we're going to be talking about the movies day of 2018. We're going to rank them from least to best. Cornelius, you want to tell us what the worst comic book movie was in our ranking? Because, you know, everyone else dropped these lists. We wanted to drop this on New Year's, but Geekverse said, no, blah, they blocked us till 2019. Just fools.
It's hard to say. It's really hard to say for me because there's so many Marvel movies this year, and really, you could make a case for any of them being the worst.
You see, that's where in DC, when they put one out, they're like a fine steak, a fine meal with a little garnish. Marvel's just a buffet. Just cheap shit quality food, just shoving it in your face.
Just filling up your arteries with cholesterol.
Disgusting.
I always feel disgusted, and that leads me right into the very worst comic book movie of the year. For me, it's got to be Into the Spider-Verse. Now this one just came out. This one, for some reason, is winning awards at things like the Golden Globes. You know, and we always talk about how
Schmolden
Schmolden. And we already know that critics get paid off, especially Marvel. They have all those Disney bucks, quote unquote. But for me, this movie was just a disaster. I watched about 2, maybe 3 minutes of it, but I was watching it and the frame rate is so bad that I couldn't continue. It really hurt my eyes. I actually puked twice in those 3 minutes.
Not like these light bulbs that
those light bulbs
grace the eyes.
Keep you nourished.
Yeah.
Keep you nourished. What did you... You weren't really a fan at all either.
I didn't watch it. I just saw the previews and then I walked out because I forgot. No one had told me it was an animated movie. Yeah. And animated movies are for kids, you know?
It's true. I only went because I took my nephew. And so he was a little disappointed.
Jimmy Jr.
He was a little disappointed when I pulled him out after 3 minutes. But... You know what, kid? That's what you get for picking a shitty movie. You know, you could have picked Wreck-It Ralph or whatever animated shit. Bridge. A lot of animated movies. For some reason, he picked the one with fucking Spider-Man. So.
Yeah. As you've seen, viewers that have a beard, I'm growing this out all the way till Shazam.
It's a very nice beard.
In support for Shazam, and then what's going to happen? I'm going to shave it, like the logo. It's going to be great. I can't wait to talk about those.
You like to keep your beard hairs too, right? You keep them like in a vase.
Oh,
you keep them in a vase.
Well, I usually sell them for strength.
Yeah.
They're great vitamins. People put them in water, they dissolve. It's wicked. So, second worst, or even worse, who knows? But clearly, we've talked about this in the past a long time ago, but has to be Infinity War. Infinity War... Just a disaster movie.
I should have put that one last.
So it's fine. That Spider-Verse, that makes the eyes bleed. You know, that makes your eyes feel like glass. And if you were just to rub them, they'd break and shatter right in front of you. So I understand that. Before. But Infinity War is such a mess. They kill off all these characters.
Yeah.
We know they're coming back. Look at DC. When they kill off Superman, I was like, man, that was crazy. They're just, we know, it's the smorgasbord thing again. Let's not kill off one, let's kill off a bunch. Yeah. We know they're all coming back. Thanos... Just the effects where it took me out of it the whole time.
Really bad effects.
Yeah, I haven't seen that bad since Lord of the Rings. Like
I thought he was maybe Gollum's uncle.
Yeah. So
not great.
The writing, the dialogue, just everything.
There's so
Thor's hair was still cut.
It was still cut, and it looked even worse than before.
Black Widow's hair was blonde, and blonde people suck. So I don't know what was going on. Luckily, you know, I'm my brother's twin. I'm hiding the hair now because it's quite cold here in Canada right now.
Very cold.
But I got luscious, nice brown locks. The blondes, you can't trust them.
It's true.
They're in trouble. But yeah, Infinity War. Just awful. You have anything else to add on Infinity War?
Well,
one of the worst comic movies of all time.
Just I look at it and
disaster.
I tuned in one of these Geekverse casts, okay, and they were reviewing Captain America: Civil War. You remember that garbage movie?
Oh yeah.
And in this movie, they said things
the one
like
that copied BVS.
Yeah, it just essentially beat for beat.
Ripped it off.
You could look at any single plot point in the movie. It's stolen right from BVS. Yeah. But one thing I found interesting on the reviews, they're always saying like, oh, there's so many characters and everyone gets like their moment. They get some specific line just for them. I don't agree with that, first of all, but Infinity War had even more characters and had even less for each character, right? Yeah. It was just such surface level garbage that I just want to cry thinking about it, and I kind of just wish it never came out, and I hate that they get part 2 of this one, right? Like, you don't see us overstaying our welcome, right? We have Superman, and then we have BVS, we have Justice League, always different things with new... fresh characters. We're never repeating
Shazam,
anything.
Joker, Birds of Prey. We got everything new. We don't.
You know how many Aquaman movies there is? Just one, and it's fantastic. Right?
What's next? I imagine it's a Marvel movie, but what would you rank? Whatever. What would the worst? All these are worse compared to our number one.
Yeah,
we'll tell you. But what would you rank?
I think next probably would be Ant-Man. Ant-Man he's a puny bespectacle of a man. He's lame. He's uncool. He's not very funny. He's just on house arrest for most of the movie. Yep. There's a fucking ant playing drums in it.
Oh my goodness! Just broke the realism.
I hate when insects are playing drums. When animals are playing it, and particularly sea-like creatures, I think it's fantastic.
If you're not a human, you can't play the drums.
It's true. It's true.
Or octopuses.
Octopus, because they have so many limbs.
They need something to do.
So many little stickers and little...
It's almost like breathing to them. That's their working out. They need to play the drums.
That's how they stay so ripped.
But ants... No.
Did you have any... You didn't have any enjoyment in this film?
No. I kind of fell asleep halfway through. I woke up and then I fell asleep again. I woke up to the ants playing drum. Very obnoxious. I'd watch it again because it was the only thing playing on a plane. It's just boring. It's boring. Villain, lame, ghost. Yeah, it is a ghost. Right. You know why? Because I don't see no good villains in your Marvel movies. So
she was a big loser.
Paul Rudd, all his humor didn't work. He's just a unfunny, talentless hack. I can see why they didn't put him in Infinity War, but now that I see these Endgame trailers going around, he's in it. It's like Endgame's gonna be even worse. Like Dylan on Geekverse loves Paul Rudd. That should be your problem right there. I don't understand why. Yeah, that should tell you why not to tune that show. I heard
that Paul Rudd really smells.
Oh yeah,
just bad.
It's probably because Kevin Spacey
Kevin Spacey.
Hang on, I'm gonna go again. It's probably because Kevin Feige spits on him all the time, right? Because he's probably just like you're not funny.
I hear there's puddles in those boardrooms.
Oh yeah, so it has to stink. But yeah, not a fan. Let's move on to the other worst on the MCU put out this year, Black Panther. The movie that we had a scoop, and we hadn't revealed this yet because we want people to enjoy Aquaman. But many people that we've heard said that Marvel got early people into DC. They saw Aquaman and they just copied the movie. Yeah, Black Panther came out first, but they rushed it. That's why the CGI is so terrible, the acting's so bad. It's just a copy of Aquaman. That's all it is. It's a copy.
It's the same thing. You look at all the genius things that Atlantis does to make this living, breathing world.
Yeah.
Wakanda just tried to steal all that. And it sucks for them because they stole it and they didn't even do it well. Right? They just made it this miserable place where everyone's just sad and crying all the time, and it's just filled with plot armor. Like they just have mountains full of gold or whatever the fuck Wakanda is into. But either way, not very realistic. There's the one character making all these gadgets, but all of them are fake.
Rhinos. Right? There's rhinos as weapons. Who likes that? Who likes rhinos as weapons?
Are extinct. Do I have to tell you that?
It breaks the realism.
My uncle was a poacher. Okay, he knocked out the last one.
Yeah, wow.
Very skilled.
So clearly, all fake rhinos in this movie. Where DC, they use real octopuses. All this
real rhinos. If they had to use one, even though they're not rhinos.
I'm sure they kept some. I'm sure they're keeping some somewhere down below.
DC is very, very smart. They always keep about 17 to 1800 of each particular animal, just in case you need it for a given movie. You never know.
And the actors train with them too.
The actors train with them.
Why do you think Momoa got so buff? You know, wrestling all those elephants down. Yeah. They're baby elephants.
You can learn a lot about acting from dolphins, I hear.
Yeah, they're baby elephants, but they're still really strong. So, what would you rank third best so-called? What would you put in that third slot? Because we only got 3 more movies left.
Well, it's true. We don't have that many left. What is there left?
Deadpool 2.
And Venom.
Venom, yeah.
Venom, yeah. I think I'd put Deadpool next. And the reason is because, it's Deadpool 2. It's just the same thing over again.
Very uncreative.
The exact same movie, just twice over. Same story, same plot point, same emotional value. Nothing surprising happens in this movie. They don't introduce... Well, they try to introduce a couple new characters, but everyone knows that it was just a bust. It was completely a cash grab.
And they still haven't figured out to cut and turn the camera off and edit, because there's these times where Ryan Reynolds is clearly talking to the camera, and he's talking to the cast and crew. Clearly, he's just telling them stuff, but they haven't cut it in the movie, and people are like, oh, it's fourth wall breaking. No, he's just a bad actor. Like, they haven't... They gotta cut that down. Like, I don't know what this fourth wall is. People told me to look it up. I said, go fuck off. And then I went back to watching DC movies.
This is why DC... They always have, a few directors per movie. They have many editors. They have many versions of the movie. There's never just one. And that's the reason, is because if you let things slip through the cracks like this, you're going to get movies like Deadpool 2, which come across as a joke. We were watching in the theater because we were forced to by gunpoint. And you were bugging me. You were poking my shoulder saying, is this supposed to be in here? Like, what is this? I think we understand what they're trying to do, but it was just a majestic failure.
Well, because of Ryan Reynolds, there's this thing, we won't get into too much, we don't like this podcast be political, but Justin Trudeau, I think his name is?
Trudeau?
Yeah, whatever it is, I didn't vote for him, I voted for myself, but he put this stuff in...
I voted for you too.
Thank you. He put this new law when Deadpool came out that all Canadians had to see it because Ryan Reynolds is Canadian. So we literally had to see it or we'd go to prison. Yeah. So something's going on with our government and Ryan Reynolds. So Ryan Reynolds, he's a sneaky guy. That's why these Deadpool movies keep making money. He's making these people have to see these movies, and it's quite ridiculous. My grandma doesn't want to see Deadpool 2.
I mean, I have to say it's a smart business move, but it's very disingenuous to the fans.
Yeah,
and very disingenuous. And they have to pay to go see it.
Oh yeah, and people don't know about this. This is a big government secret. So people think, oh, look at the success, rated R.
No, it's big. I love rated R movies.
Another one, so second to best, whatever. They're all awful compared to our number one. But is Venom. You know what? Venom, I have to say, I didn't absolutely hate it. You know, I loved the humor. It
It's
was
true.
all funny. It was almost like it was no DC humor, like we're going to talk about number one, but it was like a nice 60, 65. I love the villain. The villain had so much depth. He was really good. I was surprised. Clearly because this is Sony.
I would say probably the best MCU villain yet.
Oh yeah,
Would you
of
agree?
course. Oh yeah, they want to pretend this isn't the MCU, but it definitely is.
Everyone knows it is.
Yeah,
you
it
can
definitely
ask.
is.
You can look at. I've seen Kevin Spidey's text, and let me tell you, he knows.
But yeah, Mr. Drake is up there, like Thanos, Loki. They're all down there.
What I really liked about the movie is I felt. I mean,
action.
a lot of action.
Touch of goo action.
A lot of action. A lot of goo. I felt like it was. I mean, I don't think it was a great movie by any means, but I think it was trying to break down barriers. So when they had Venom, the symbiote, is that how they pronounce it? Symbiote?
I didn't learn it in school, so I don't know.
I didn't learn it in school either, but they had a scene where the symbiote was making out with the main character.
Oh.
And I have to admit, it was pretty sexy. I was pretty turned on, and that's
There was
not what
a couple
I didn't
tense
expect that from that kind of movie.
I want more of it.
It made me a little bit wet, but not as wet as
Venom.
Venom. But what movie made you the most wet this year?
Human Centipede Part 2 and Aquaman. So I imagine we're going to talk about
a two-way
Aquaman.
tie?
Yeah, no, Aquaman still, but both of them made me wet. Aquaman is easily our number one. We had
Without a
seen.
doubt.
We told you guys we saw this months ago, but we didn't want to talk about it to the rest.
Like I
of
said,
the
they
world.
changed it on the monthly. So the version we saw and the one that was in theaters was slightly different. It had about 3 hours worth of different footage.
Yeah, the 3 hours one, the theater one is still the best though, because every time we've seen it, it's just got better and better and better and better. But there's some
I've
great
seen it
scenes.
48 times now.
Oh, I know. It's fantastic. Yeah, Aquaman. What can I say? These effects, fantastic. Aquaman is he's just jacked. He's what you want. And you know what he also has? Long hair. The sign to any great movie star. Any look at Thor. He had an alright thing going. Cut his hair. He's nothing now. That
Dark World
movie,
had a really revolutionary villain for its time. Yeah, but then cut the hair. All downhill from there.
Momoa so good. You know, just a bad ass. You know.
I just want to grab one of those muscles. I love watching it in 3D because then I feel like I can be there with him. I can touch him and graze his skin with my little fingers.
I just want to be Momoa. You know, he's so cool. I just look up to him. I love the water in this movie. The fact that they filmed this whole thing underwater the entire time. Visual effects for, some of the ships and whatnot. But the actors held their breath and learned how to speak.
You know they hand-built those gigantic statues, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of statues.
It took them about 5 years to build those. So
See?
that's what the DCEU is doing. They're looking towards the
People
future.
talk about fighting their preparation. They filmed statues for 5 years, But the fact that these actors could hold their breath for so long and still talk underwater, incredible. So I loved it. I imagine you did as well.
I heard that they took many training sessions with Chris Angel in order to learn how to breathe underwater for long periods of time.
Best magician ever and musician.
They kind of based the Aquaman look off of Chris Angel a little bit. All the tattoos,
Makes
all
sense.
the muscle, all the hair.
Makes sense.
I cannot speak enough about how I love this movie. My father as well was a lighthouse keeper, so when I see this movie, it really speaks to me.
R.I.P.
Look at all those action scenes. You see the way the camera pans around. One of my favorite parts is, personally, I hate Italy. So when they were going around destroying all those Italian houses and rooftops, I could not have been happier.
Pizza's a curse to the world. You know why? I burn my mouth every time. Worse than anything in the world.
Any light bulb.
Yeah, any light bulb just taught me under. Just burn and just kills me all the time. But the Italy thing, Black Mana. That was cool. I want a helmet like that just to walk around.
He's
in
like
my
the
regular
cool
life.
version of Mysterio.
Oh, I know. Mysterio, that's coming up next year. God, but yeah, he's...
Can't wait to not see that.
Oh, I
movie in
know.
my
He's so
room.
cool. I wish I had that Black Manta helmet, so next time I went to the MC movie, I could just shoot the screen and explode it and say, let's go out here watch Aquaman. The entire crowd would cheer and there's going to be zombies. Because I have other theory
I
that
dream about that one.
MC movies, the reason people don't walk out, they have some hypnotism thing, so people sit
so,
there. Yeah, that's why we wear the glasses, folks. You can't be too safe around these parts. But Aquaman, really, I think it's best movie of the year. Next few weeks got the Oscar nominations coming up. I think it's a shoo-in to get a nomination. I think it's a shoo-in to win. Like you look at some of these movies, like A Star Is Born, the chemistry that Mira and Arthur. So I'm so excited. They had just trounces Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's
not even close, really.
And I'm sure, and look at the beard, look at the hair, easily beats Bradley Cooper.
Easily.
And I'm sure if Momoa had to sing, he'd sing a much better version of "Shallow," which I think they may have just stole that from Aquaman. I have a theory. Maybe they
I heard
wrote
that
song.
copyright reasons made it so they had to take it out of Aquaman.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Well, it makes sense. Shallow. They talk about being in the deep end, all that. You know, like. All the stuff like Green Book is about a white man and black man putting their differences aside. We have that in this movie with Aquaman and Mira. Everything is just like all these best pictures. Bohemian Rhapsody is about like a great man. This is a great man. This is a man that changed the world. He saves the world. Aquaman saves the entire world.
He does.
Like these best pictures.
What more could you ask for?
No, I don't. Do you see any reason why it's not the best picture of the year?
I expect that the Oscars. I don't even think they're going to have any other nominees. I think they're just going to, just for the respect of other, not even to build up the hope for the other movies out there this year. I think they're just going to say, hey guys, we're not going to do Best Picture this year. We're just going to give it to Aquaman, and Best Director we're going to give it to Zack Snyder again, just because he's that good.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Even if he's not behind the camera, that's how good of a director he is.
It's his vision. He created this. He casted Momoa. You know, like. I can't wait. So I think that's a shoe-in to happen. Do you have anything more to add on Aquaman? Just
I have two more quick points. So when I was growing up, I had some rare disease. I just really, and not the name disease that I have, not the nomenclaturophobia, but instead the disease that made it so my body just can't understand the concept of swimming. So I've never been able to swim. But after the 20th time I watched this movie, I went to the local pool. And I was swimming like a pro. So this movie taught me a new skill as well. And I can't say that about any other movie ever, especially not even a Marvel movie. And I mean, Waterboy, I almost got there. I once swam for about 10 seconds after Waterboy, but it didn't last very long. And then the last thing, as you mentioned, this whole movie is filmed underwater. I just wanted to say, like, what a achievement it is how they shot that desert scene underwater. Right? The fact that they set that up and they just convinced all the water to step aside before they could get the shots. Just breaking down barriers in cinematic history. I'm so excited to see what they have next. This was the best movie of my entire life. I am still wet to this very day thinking about it.
DC they had a great year. They're gonna have a great year. I'm so excited for Shazam. I'm so excited for Joker. I'm so excited for everything else. We have Batman news dropping, all this stuff. I just can't wait, and I can't wait to get Aquaman on Blu-ray and watch it again and again. I cannot wait to watch all these DCU films back to back. People talk about the Marvel journey now. They got nothing on Suicide Squad.
I can't wait when I get my hands on the Blu-ray of this movie and I can watch it underwater. I mean, I'm already as immersed as I can possibly be just watching it. You feel you're underwater, but I can't wait to actually do it myself. Yeah, see, I'm moving locations, and I live in my basement's, my brother's basement, so he wouldn't let me do that. But what I do is I pay some people, and every time during the action scenes, they're gonna come home and just spray me with guns. And just like, oh yeah, this is the experience. That's a great idea.
Oh yeah, you got anything else to say before we end this episode, Cornelius?
Oh no, I think this was everything that needed to be said. And if those Geekverse nerds try to tell you anything different, just come back here. We'll be back. We're going to try and be here consistently. We know the last time was a 24-hour stream, and they kind of kicked us off. They said we were being too violent. They just don't even know what
Taylor said I touched him inappropriately. Yeah. He wanted it. He looked in my eyes, and I could tell.
I saw him ask for it.
Yeah. And then
it was all about the wing.
He texted me. He deleted the text.
He got your number.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how, but he thanked me and everything like that. But, and we all know that 24-hour stream raised $1,000 for BC Children's Hospital. That's great. But we all know that was because of us. People were
I'd say maybe $10 to $15 was because of the Geekverse squad, but the rest was us. I'd say.
It was all us. So 2019 is going to be a great year. We hope to see you around as much as possible.
Hunka Hunka to you and yours.
Always.